Hi everyone and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I'm Peter and this is Connor.
Hey guys.
We're going to talk about Arrow Season 4 Episode 22. It's called Lost in the Flood. Full spoilers as always. And yeah, this was so computers, right? Let's talk about computers. That's the first thing I want to talk about. Because there is some hacking in this episode. There's some hacking battles that take place. Felicity's old ex-boyfriend from college, who I did not remember, and took us.
Took us a while, didn't it?
Yeah, he showed up and we're like, have we seen him before? I feel like we have, but I don't remember him and so on. And we eventually got there, but so he's hacking with Felicity and her father on the other end, hacking back.
And I learnt he's called Noah.
Yeah, and
I didn't know that before now.
this is apparently how. Apparently, you can have hack battles where people are trying to hack each other at the same time,
We've reverted to the early 2000s.
and it's like a fight. Early 2000s with that, but then it goes to the 90s because then he sends overcharges to them, and random electrical appliances all around the room just start sparking. There's just sparks everywhere
Yeah.
for no reason.
This is what surge protectors are for, people.
Also, I'm pretty sure you can't hack your toaster to spark.
No,
I'm pretty sure you can't hack a computer to spark. Never mind a fucking toaster and the lamp in the corner and whatever else was
You know
there.
what? This episode was so bad that it was good for at least like half of it.
And then Felicity and her father have an idea, and they send something back. I didn't catch the exact wording, but not only is there sparks on the other end where the ex-boyfriend is, he actually goes flying across the room as if he's been hit with like a wave
He's
of
been punched.
energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll put my live reaction to that on the screen somewhere down there. You can have a look at it.
I had to screenshot it because he had this expression on his face for a good 20, 30 seconds, just utterly gobsmacked, just sat there with it. It didn't move.
My God.
Oh, something special.
So terrible. So terrible. That's just tip of the iceberg. Although, I mean, let's be honest, I spent most of this episode making hand puns about Malcolm Melvin because I was having a good laugh with that.
Yeah, he did. There was a lot of them, and they were not bad, to be fair, for most of them.
Yeah, well, I ran out of steam towards the end, but I was doing alright.
I do want to point out, Malcolm, I love how cheesy and hammy that they have John Barrowman just play it.
Do you know,
Like,
his,
everything else they kind of went a little bit serious with, but him, it's just like, oh, fuck it, just go all out with the cheese.
his sword is literally like a pirate sword. The one that
Yeah,
he's
it's
like
a
walking
cutlass.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, the League had those as well, to be fair.
Yeah, but he's lost the rest of the outfit, so he's just walking around. And
Yeah, that's a good point. He hasn't got that. He hasn't got the hood and the robes.
he's just
and
walking
shit.
around like a pirate.
He is a bit of a, but pirates are cool. So
Yeah, but pirates usually have lost a foot, not a hand. I mean, come on. Be accurate about it.
well, they do have hooks for hands because they've lost their hand. That's a very pirate thing.
That's just the one.
I'm sure you can find more than one.
That's Captain Hook specifically.
I'm sure there's others.
Name me one.
I don't know the names of any pirates. I'm saying I'm sure there's more than one.
And I could name one. I named Captain Hook, which means I know more about you in this
Alright, well-
topic.
Listeners, tell us. Can you think of any other pirates in existence ever that have had hooks for hands? Go.
Yes, do that. All right. So the main gist of this episode I was going to say Felicity. Thea's still down in the Truman Show, and Malcolm brainwashes her with those yellow pills, which we didn't. Obviously, we knew them from last week. Well, Connor didn't. I had to remind him what they were again. But last week when these popped up, we couldn't remember this ever happening on the show, which shows you.
I think the thing is, the pills worked so instantly that I didn't realize it was the pills. I thought they had to be like given as a treatment over time. You had to build up, not just here's one, you're mine now, bitch.
And there was almost not much point to it because it was just like for one fight scene, and then Thea overcame it. It didn't really serve much of a purpose beyond just having a fight scene between Ollie and Thea.
Which you couldn't see anyway because it was just lens flared.
Yeah. That was weird in this episode. There was so many lens flares.
So you know what it is? They got Kevin Smith to direct this last episode of The Flash, like last week.
So they got
They
J.J.
got
Abrams in.
J.J. Abrams in, yeah.
What else? Right. So Ollie and Diggle find the place. They tracked the last known locations of Thea's cell phone, and he blows like a manhole like access cover.
Joe, this pissed me off. They literally say, "Oh, it's sewer access." Closing the fucking name is access. You're supposed to be able to just lift the grate and go in.
However, the most ridiculous thing in this episode, I can't decide if it's the computer punch thing, or if it's Oliver lock picking a lock with an arrowhead.
I'm sorry. It's cracking me up just thinking about it again.
Like, because you see the shot of him do it, and I was thinking as he was doing it, oh, he's going to realise this isn't going to work and it's a stupid idea. But then the door opened.
It opens instantly.
He can't get in. It's an arrowhead.
Just straight in turn. It's like it is the key.
And it's not even like it's a special looking arrowhead. It's just a regular arrowhead that clearly had been. Oh.
Oh, I don't know. Other stupid things go to him and Diggle creeping around in broad daylight as if they're like camouflaged and shit. And no one happening to see them when they're just literally looking in windows. They're going right up to the windows and looking in. Like, nope, not in here. Oh man, this episode.
Oh dear. Lance was left to be in command of the.
What happened? We never saw him again after that.
I know, that was annoying. I was looking forward to Lance doing computer things.
I quite like Lance, to be honest. And it's like, what the fuck's going on here? It's like, oh, all right, well, I'll sit here and take over the comms. And then we never see him again.
Positives. Curtis is fairly amusing at times.
I do quite like Curtis. I would like to just replace Felicity with him.
Sure.
I also like the fact that he joined in the "Are you okay?" drinking game with me because
Yeah,
he
he
drank at the exact same moment when they said it.
He took a drink, yeah. That was good. Yeah, because Felicity cracks a War Games reference saying that, oh, if we don't do this, then the world's going to experience the sequel to War Games. And Curtis says, there was a sequel, direct to video in 2008, but that bombed, so technically the reference is still pretty accurate.
Yeah.
That was okay. Although I did think it was weird how they, in tandem, said... they both said a Battlestar Galactica reference, they both said "Oh frack" at the same time.
Yeah, it was proper cheesy cartoon sort of thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, which wouldn't bother me so much, like if it was... Say it was Cisco and...
You probably get away with it with Curtis.
Yeah, Cisco and Curtis maybe, or even... Well, it can't be Wells because he doesn't have fringe in his Earth. But you know what I mean. Like Cisco and another nerdy character. I could see it. It just felt
in this scenario. It just didn't work.
That said, Felicity has said frack before, so they've established that
Yeah,
she's a fan of Battlestar Galactica.
It's not that they said that specifically. It's the way they said it in sync.
Yeah.
And like at this weirdly, what was supposed to be some sort of tense moment.
So the rest of this episode is basically anarchy. Thea's kind of ex with the burn face, I guess. I don't know. He has a plan where he's going to blow up the place, and he has Damien Dark's wife and daughter hostage. It all goes a bit klabooey though when Thea, the tit, decides to shoot an arrow into the gas tank. The gas tank which is in this computer control room, because that happens.
Because they have no sense of design in this underground base.
And apparently, combined with whatever Anarchy's set, this brings the whole thing down and creates a giant crater in where this underground, city was. So,
yeah, it's just sunk.
Yeah. So Damien Dark's wife dies, and Ollie and that save his daughter because she's a kid, so I suppose they have to save her. But of course, Damien Dark's pissed, and he shows up to where Felicity and all that are at their apartment, And that's the cliffhanger. But we've glossed over two things. One is the flashbacks, which were as useless and boring and...
She killed someone. Or did she kill someone? I don't know.
Yeah, she did. She like snapped his neck because she was going to shoot him. Then Ollie took the gun away, and then she went down. I think she snapped his neck.
She went magic powers and then went crazy shit. That's about it.
That was about it. Yeah. But the other thing we need to talk about, we need to go back to. So we got a lot of drama here with Felicity's mother and father.
Oh my god. Oh.
Which we all wanted, of course. This is the highlights of Arrow these days. And you know, in the past few weeks, we've talked about how Felicity's all high and mighty when it comes to lying. This was the whole thing with Oliver, is that he would never stop lying, right? And then we found out last week, and we complained last week, that her mother forced Lance to not lie, even though it would have let him keep his job and keep helping people. She insisted he not lie because it was dishonourable or some such.
Because she's a bitch, basically.
Right. So this week, first of all, Felicity's mother finds out she works for Green Arrow and is appalled that her daughter's lied to her. And I thought, oh shit, this is a smoke lying to a smoke. What's going to happen? The fucking universe is going to collapse in on itself. Oh dear, right? And then it turns out that Felicity's mom's been lying to her for years because she said that her dad left when in actual fact she fled with her.
Yeah, she kicked him out.
Yeah. Yeah, at first I made it sound like she left, and then they said she kicked him out, so I don't know which it is, but same difference, I suppose. Point is, it's not what happened that she'd been saying, right?
She's been lying for the last 20-odd years.
Yeah. And then Felicity just completely forgives her within about 10 seconds. It's like, no, you'll never lose me. We're cool.
And then she goes and does the whole... and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, maybe I shouldn't have done it. And then she goes and does the whole damn thing again.
Yeah, she takes him outside and says, leave, because that's what's best for her.
And then... This is what gets me. She comes back in, and Felicity goes, "Oh, where's my dad?" And she's like, "Oh, he had to go." It's like, "That's what you said when I was 7 and he left." She's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, but luckily Damien Dark shows up at that point to break any tension in the family.
Oh, fuck me, this show.
Yeah, this was an episode that was so bad it was pretty funny.
It genuinely was. Like, I was having fun with it, with how bad it was, and more so than any others recently.
I mean, you didn't quite commit to this, but if you had added a couple of rules like your drinking game, namely being lens flares, you would have probably been dead by the end of this episode.
I've never had a reason to add lens flares before because there's never been that many. There's been a few.
This episode was obsessed with lens flares.
I don't know what it was. I don't know. Get a different director to whatever the new one maybe. I don't know. But Jesus, they were everywhere.
Also, I loved it when they're inside and the place is starting to blow up and like crumble and all that. We see the exact same hexagonal like sort of stone shape fall from the ceiling.
It's the same one with the two rocks on top of it. And I think the first time you see it fall from that angle, you actually see that exact shot like 3 times. Yeah. It just repeats it.
With a different background, like they've superimposed it onto, different people running about.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Oh well, that's Arrow. Are we looking forward to the final? Well, of course not. Because...
There's a final. There's more.
That said... I am looking forward to the season being over.
That is true. We have like 4 or 5 months of no Arrow, which is like my liver gets to recover.
I guess in a way, we are looking forward to the finale because it means it's over.
Yeah. But we do have to actually watch it first.
We do, but then, like you say, 4 or 5 months without any. Which is,
seems like a fair trade-off. One more for a break.
Yeah. So that's Arrow. Let us know what you thought of the episode down below in the comments as such, and like and subscribe and all that jazz. It's been a pleasure, folks, but not really because this was terrible. We'll see you next time, guys.